Yo, bad news. Canelo future opponent, Gennady. Hey, no, guys, that Max big drama, guys, Mexican style, everybody, right? Is labeled past his prime by his next opponent. And I'm gonna talk about that in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, let me kick things off right. Follow me on Twitter at Boxingego. I posted this yesterday, April 5th. It says Triple G versus Murata has got zero promotion going on, LOL. So some of you may be boxing fans and not even know this, but Triple G is fighting, and he's fighting this weekend, which is rather shocking to some people because there's literally been no, and I repeat, no promotion for this fight. And it's very bizarre. Triple G was an old media darling. Old media said that Triple G was the best 25 fighters in the last 25 years and all this other stuff. And fast forward to the future, it's gone all quiet. You don't really hear anybody talking about Triple G. You don't hear her talk about the fight too much, right? And he's literally fighting this weekend, and people are talking about guys like Erickson Lubin. So it's just kind of remarkable to see how Triple G was pushed from HBO. They did a great job pushing him, whether you agree with what they were saying or not. You know, they did a good job of like telling you that Triple G was the one to watch for. And then now it's just gone quiet. Very bad decision making from DAZN leadership, which I'll get to at the back half of this video. But as I stated in the opening, Ryota Murata, who he's fighting, even though the fight hasn't got much press, Ryota Murata claims that Golovkin at age 39, he'll be 40 by the time he would fight Canelo. So basically a 40-year-old Golovkin is, quote, past his prime. But the boxing icon says, I have enough strength to continue. So Triple G doesn't plan on retiring, but pushing 40, this is what Murata says, and I quote, I think Golovkin, he is past his prime. How I perform my strong points in the ring will be important. So even Golovkin's upcoming opponent this weekend doesn't believe that Golovkin's best days are in front of him. Golovkin said, I'm always excited to be back in the ring. It's great. Boxing's comeback, the entire approach, blah, blah, blah. I'm also excited that I have enough strength to continue to demonstrate quality boxing to my fans. So you'll continue to see me in the ring. Of course, there are certain emotions due to age, for example, but I'm not frustrated personally because it's not my fault. I did not have a chance to get in the ring for quite a while. So you even have guys like Eddie Hearn who said this is a dangerous fight with Ryota Murata because Golovkin has been so inactive. So DAZN, I literally question DAZN's leadership. Who are they? Why are they making the decisions? If anything, you should have had Canelo versus Triple G immediately when you first signed them, but you waited. You couldn't get Canelo in the sack with Triple G, pause. You couldn't get them to do the fight. And now so much time has elapsed. The Derevyanchenko fight pretty much exposed Triple G's weakness and showed him to be a vulnerable fighter. I really think Sergey Derevyanchenko beat Golovkin and was robbed, and then Golovkin never rematched him. DAZN never made a rematch to settle the score, and Golovkin, just like some fighters, they're able to just move on. You don't really typically see this with black fighters, where if a black fighter loses in a controversial fashion or an upset fashion or a draw or a controversial outcome, it's like almost urged from old media and the fans that they take an immediate rematch. Meanwhile, Triple G, I thought he lost to Jacobs. I thought he lost to, I'm not going to hold the Canelo fight against him because I think that's more so Canelo didn't, you know, he wanted to age him. But at least Derevyanchenko, he could have rematched Jacobs or Derevyanchenko, and he never did it. Lomachenko never rematched Teofimo, never rematched Salido. You got Teofimo, who just recently lost to Kambosos. And then a guy that Teofimo could have fought from the beginning, a black fighter, Devin Haney, is fighting Kambosos, and Teofimo's leaving the division totally and saying, I'm out. And why is he not rematching Kambosos? How come there's no pressure for him to set the record straight? Make the sacrifice. You stepped in the ring and said you could make the weight. You made the weight, and then you lost and made excuses after you try to roast Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, oh my God, for making excuses, right? So it's like boxing is crazy. A lot of hypocrisy, a lot of double standards that old media tends to overlook. But best believe I'm gonna bring up these things. Teofimo, I think he should have just fought Kambosos. I'm not mad at the Devin Haney fight, but I'm just saying make the sacrifice one last time and prove you could beat Kambosos. But he just moves on with his career and fights whoever, just like Triple G, etc. Right? Notice a pattern. So Triple G, I think the Canelo fight, it's shocking that DAZN raised their prices, added pay-per-view to the equation. Triple G's fighting and he's not even being promoted, and his own opponent says he's done and he's past it. So let's say win, lose, or draw. Let's say Triple G beats Ryota Murata. I mean, I never rated Ryota Murata as the guy to beat in the middleweight division. So regardless of if Triple G beats Murata or not, who really wants to see Canelo versus Triple G 3 at this point, because Canelo beat Triple G in their last outing. This is several years ago. A lot has changed, and you want me to feel like this fight isn't past its expiration date, and his own upcoming opponent, who's done less than Canelo in Ryota Murata. What is this? Hey, Triple G, I can get to the chopper now. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect this picture. Hey, Dylan, you son of a... Gennady. All right, I'm gonna stop. Call me when the governor gets here. Sorry, this picture threw me off. But yeah, I mean, who wants to see the Canelo fight now? After Canelo aged a man out, Triple G's been mad inactive. Again, should have lost to Derevchenko. Triple G's upcoming opponent says he's washed and he's past prime. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. And then on top of that, you're charging pay-per-view. HBO did it because the fight happened in 2017 and 18 or whatever the situation was. But you're trying to sell it in 2020. It's a big difference. You know what I mean? You got to strike while the iron's hot. So it is what it is. But, let me know if you want to see Canelo Triple G, if you're over it. Does Ryota Murata give Triple G issue? And here's another thing. Triple G, when he fought, this guy had no power. Kamil Sismeta, he had 21 fights and 5 knockouts. No pop. And Triple G took several rounds to dispatch of him. So I agree that Triple G's best days are gone. You know what I mean? And Canelo waited for this moment because he wants to stop Triple G and say, hey, I bested him in the series, or at least beat him up more convincingly because you aged him and waited him out. It's very clear to see, you know what I mean? And I predicted this years before it actually got to this point. So, it is what it is. Weird that DAZN picks now, and then now they want to consider Canelo versus Triple G. Some things you have to just get over. Like, it's like you try to ask a girl out, and then so many different things changes with your life, and you stuck on this one girl. Like, get over it. You know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Triple G versus Murata. Murata's basically saying he's washed. And this seems to be a pattern for Canelo Alvarez, where he's fighting Kovalev after many wars, Triple G after tough fights and wars, and he'll be 40 by the time they can get in the ring, etc. Shane Mosley was 40. Carlos Baldomir, when Canelo fought him, was 41. This is literally a pattern. Floyd Mayweather was 36 and moved up 5 weight classes, so he was naturally much smaller. And the other thing with his punches is tick, 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 Golovkin, right? The other thing with Golovkin is he had 300 something amateur fights. So that's a lot of wear and tear on your body. He had 300, 400 amateur fights and a lot of pro fights. He had like 40, 50 pro fights or whatever he's at right now. You know what I'm saying? So he has a lot. That's just a lot for your body. So, and on top of that, Golovkin doesn't have a style that's conducive for longevity. He don't fight like B-Hop or Devin Haney, or whoever, Floyd Mayweather. He don't fight like that. He takes punishment, tries to inflict punishment, and that catches up with you in the sport of boxing, as we all know. So Yeah, that's my thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. And I'm out.